Hello and welcome to the programme. Coming up this week, Magnesita shows growth in the first quarter of 2013. Graphite projects move forward in Ontario. And a surprise rare earths discovery is announced in Rwanda. Brazil's Magnesita posted growth in revenues and EBITDA across all sectors in its first quarter results. Total revenues for the first quarter were at $306 million, up 2% over the first quarter of last year, while EBITDA increased 19% to $57 million. In its industrial minerals sector, Magnesita posted 14.7% growth in revenue to $14.21 million, and a growth in volumes to 238,500 tonnes from 229,300 tonnes in the first quarter of 2012. In its refractories for the industrial sector, the company posted growth of 4% in volume year-on-year to 42,300 tonnes and 7.8% growth in revenue to $53.8 million. Quarter-on-quarter, this was a large growth area due to seasonal effects, Magnesita explained. Meanwhile, in its refractories for the steel sector, Magnesita recorded 4% growth in revenue when compared to the previous quarter, but just a 1.8% growth on the same time last year. The revenue gained from the company's industrial mineral sector increased year-on-year from a 4.1% share of all revenue in Q1 2012 to 4.7% in Q1 2013. Refractories' revenue share remained flat, while services contributed less. Discussions between Morocco and the European Union for a deep and comprehensive free trade area for phosphate have begun in Morocco's capital, Rabat. The news came in during the annual SYMPHOS event taking place in Agadir last week, where our reporter on the ground was told that negotiations are expected to further enhance the economic integration and trade ties between the two countries. SYMPHOS delegates also heard how mining techniques for the production of phosphate rock, output of which reached 200 million tonnes in 2012, needs innovation in order to grow in line with the demands of an increasing world population. Daniel Gagnon, General Manager at Metchem Canada, said that factors such as the depletion of easy-to-mine phosphate, fluctuations in phosphate prices, and increased royalty rates are causing companies to be more innovative in their approach to mining techniques. It was also uncovered during a live broadcast at the SYMPHOS Gala dinner that DuPont and Morocco's 94% state-owned OCP had signed a joint venture agreement to provide consulting and training services to companies in Morocco and other African countries. According to China's 12th five-year plan, Chinese production of nitrogen and phosphate is expected to exceed demand by 17% and 44% respectively, creating a situation of oversupply by 2015, while potash production will reach 60% of self-sufficiency. Figures presented by SYMPHOS at the Sulphur World Symposium from the IFA and China Petroleum and Chemical Industry Association show that since 2005, Chinese fertilizer supply has exceeded demand, a growing trend which is set to continue. Deputy General Manager of SYMPHOS Business Department Dong Qingzhao told delegates that imported fertilizer is being substituted by domestic production. With a growing population of 1.3 billion, representing 20% of the world's total and only 9% of the world's arable land, China is the largest fertilizer-consuming country. It accounts for around 31% of fertilizer consumption and in 2012 consumed 54 million tonnes. Production levels are around 32% of the global total, with around 67 million tonnes produced in 2012. Canadian graphite junior Ontario Graphite has said that it's received final clearance from the Ministry of the Environment for the recommissioning of the Kearney graphite mine in Ontario, Canada. The approval means that the privately owned company is now fully permitted to begin operation at the mine, which has a measured and indicated resource of 43.5 million tonnes of graphite, grading at 2.3% carbon on average. With all permits in place, the mine is on track to begin production in the fourth quarter of 2013. making Ontario Graphite the first graphite junior to begin mining in Canada since 2007. Once in production, it's estimated that the mine will generate around 20,000 tonnes of large flake graphite concentrate per annum, which will lead to Ontario Graphite becoming the largest graphite producer in North America. Canada's other producing graphite mines are Imerys-owned Timcas Lac des Îles mine in Quebec, which last year produced around 15,000 tonnes of graphite, and Eagle Graphite's Black Crystal mine in British Columbia, which produced less than 1,000 tonnes in 2012. Also in Canada, fellow Ontario explorer Northern Graphite Corporation has released a revised resource estimate of almost 70 million tonnes for its Bizzet Creek graphite property. Measured and indicated resources at the deposit are now estimated at 69.8 million tonnes, grading at 1.7% carbon, more than 2.5 times the project's previous estimate of 26 million tonnes. Northern Graphite CEO Greg Bowes said that the company is now planning to release a revised feasibility study based on the new resource model, which is designed to offset the effects of a recent decline in graphite prices. Prices for the carbon mineral peaked in 2011, with prices as high as $3,000 a tonne placed on the most valuable high-purity flake material, but declined steadily throughout most of 2012 to roughly half their peak levels. Bowes added that the modified study will also include adjustments to the capital and operating cost assumptions contained in the original assessment. Finally, rare earths deposits have been discovered in Rwanda, prompting the country's Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources to invite foreign investors to explore the areas evaluated. A geological study was carried out by German-based Beek consultants in areas of Rwanda's southern province, Muzabeya and Muhanga, as well as Nagatiri in the northeast. But it was in the Kirahi districts in the eastern province which confirmed the presence of rare earth deposits alongside other minerals. The study was originally aimed to explore known large industrial mineral deposits, including kaolin, silica sand and natural clays. Rare earths were an unexpected surprise. Before we go, don't forget there's still time to book your place at this year's Oilfield Minerals Outlook 2013 roundtable discussion taking place in Houston next month. Details of how to register can be found on our website, indmin.com/oilfieldminerals. That's all we have time for this week. If you have any comments or feedback, we'd love to hear from you. You can get in touch via Twitter @Indmin or contact us through our website, www.indmin.com. Thanks for watching. See you next time.